Welcome to Freshly Forever, a podcast that gives you fascinating insights week after week. Here's your host, Vi Kumar.
Hey folks, this is Vi Kumar back here on Freshly Forever. And today let's look at something that impacts so many people's lifestyle, either forcibly or by choice, and that is having to be dairy-free. So how is it that we can keep it yummy being dairy-free? That's the focus of what I want to talk about today. Food is something we all crave, and it's not easy to make a change. Especially when it's a health need, the challenge becomes manifold. Some folks have to change because dairy doesn't suit them health-wise, and others do it wanting to be vegan. Again, staying on top of matters to be healthy or being an advocate of animal welfare. And the common diet practices in the US and the Western world revolves a lot around dairy, and so it's very important to explore what's out there to substitute. And that's why I thought I'll talk about that today. What is it that one misses being dairy-free? It starts with morning cup of coffee with creamer, a chai tea latte, or milk for the kids, or any beverage of their choice that they add their favorite, chocolate milk or whatever that they drink. And then at breakfast, morning toast with butter slathered all over. Salads with feta or blue cheese or ranch on top at lunchtime, plus your creamy soups. And then a deep dish pizza, every pasta dish that calls for cheese, and the Mexican favorites with queso fresco on top like the nachos and whatnot. And finally, any dessert that has the dairy element in it. So having highlighted what we miss, let's look at substitutions. Alternative milk choices like almond milk, cashew milk, pecan milk, coconut milk, soy milk, hemp milk, oat milk are all available these days. And to drink as is, they are good. Or to use with the coffee or tea as an alternative to real milk, that's also a good option. My favorite happens to be oat milk because it froths very well and makes the cup of coffee or tea more appealing to me. And for the kids, it's a matter of adding their favorite chocolate powder or strawberry flavor or whatever they want to add to any of these alternative milk options, and you're all set. Definitely it becomes a welcome option. Same goes with golden milk, aka turmeric latte, which is extremely delicious and super healthy with almond, oat milk, or whatever option you go for. That is something that has become very popular these days, the golden milk, and everyone wants to drink it. So how do you substitute the real milk? You just go with any of these alternative choices. So what are some dairy-free snack options? Of course, veggies and hummus and fruit. But when it comes to, say, a yogurt parfait that one is probably very used to, morning at breakfast or even as a snack during the day, in lieu of regular yogurt, you can substitute with coconut yogurt or almond or cashew yogurt. On to lunch. Again, you start thinking about how can you avoid the cream-based soups, or what do you do with your salad? All cream soups can still be made creamy, but with no dairy in them. A tomato bisque, I just make it as usual with tomatoes cooked in water with seasonings of my choice, typically salt, pepper, olive oil, and basil seasoning. And when I add in ground cashews, the soup becomes thicker and it becomes creamier. Same goes with any other soup like broccoli, carrot, potato, or any of the autumn favorites like squash. You just have to get very creative with whatever veggies you can throw in there and create cream soups out of. And I just love these dairy-free options. With salads, you can substitute tofu for cheese. And in Indian entrees, tofu is a handy substitute for paneer, say in a saag paneer dish or matar paneer. With a dal makhani or malai kofta that one may enjoy in Indian cooking, I use ground cashews or ground blanched almonds in lieu of cream, and that makes it for a wonderful substitute. Trust me. In sandwiches, pastas, and Mexican quesadillas or pizzas, there are non dairy and vegan cheese options these days in the market, and that can easily be substituted instead of regular cheese. There's something called nutritional yeast, and that gives a good cheesy flavor to pasta sauces instead of cheese or cream that you would normally use. I also do avocado cream on my salads or pasta or pesto sauce, which are all non dairy. So, what you do is you just take some avocados, herb of your choice like basil, cilantro, or parsley, and some veggie broth, and a creamy sauce is ready when you blend it all together with some seasonings. Likewise for pesto, with nuts and herbs and olive oil, but no cheese. Again, throw in your seasonings, your salt, your pepper, add in garlic, and it's ready. Butter on mashed potatoes. So you may ask me, what do I do with that? People are so used to using butter or heavy cream on mashed potatoes. That may be substituted with olive oil, cashew butter or oat butter, or coconut oil. And there's neutral oils like avocado as well. However, there's no real need for too much oil either, as long as we use some veggie broth as it adds more flavor. And that's what I typically do when I cook my mashed potatoes. So that way I'm not using too much oil either in the process. And it tastes absolutely fantastic. When it comes to Thai food or any other Asian food, say Indian food, those are mostly inherently dairy free. And the coconut curry in Thai food, that uses coconut milk, and it's absolutely delicious. So there's not too much to worry about in case of substitutions. One has to just really accept the fact that, okay, there are options available. And instead of cooking the usual way, we are just transforming it or changing it a little bit. And then that becomes a new norm. As far as dessert, some of the very best cakes and pastries we have enjoyed making at home is all vegan. Almond milk is a great choice, and vegan butter is very handy as a substitute. So whatever the recipe calls for, in terms of, the milk option, we use the almond milk, and then the butter is, we substitute vegan butter. And there are so many recipes out there that are available for vegan cake and other dessert options. Dairy-free ice creams are also available in store shelves. One can create their own at home and make it extra yummy. Say, throw in some fruit, ice, nut butters, nut milk, and blend it and chill it. And those make for really good choices. It just turns out really creamy, and it's a very good substitute, and it very much is ice cream. So it's all a matter of how creative you can get in your kitchen, and you'll appreciate the goodness these options bring. You'll feel more vibrance emanate in you, and you'll feel healthier. And certainly you're just going to enjoy this new lifestyle if you have to transform to being dairy free. I like it a lot. It helps me a lot. And so I'm sure you'll enjoy it too. So send me your feedback. As always, follow me on Instagram at FreshLeafForever. And keep spreading the good word. And there's wonderful response to the podcast, and I really enjoy it. And so just keep spreading the good word about Fresh Leaf Forever. People can go to www.freshleafforever.com to check on episodes also. There's a YouTube channel, Fresh Leaf Forever. And as always, on all major podcast apps. So see you back soon on another episode of Fresh Leaf Forever. Until then, it's Vi signing off. Bye-bye now.